could tell when we got here yesterday for the walkthrough that they were excited about being in Cleveland and excited about being in the Cleveland Brown Stadium. And of course we had great respect for Toledo because a lot of our guys knew Coach Beckman very well, and the older guys passed that along to the younger guys, and our defense came out of the box. And you know, when you swarm on defense like we do, it gives your offense a few more opportunities, and we struck a couple plays and took command of the ball game. But we all know we have a long way to go, and the Big Ten begins now. I think Toledo has another out of conference, and then the MAC begins, and I know both locker rooms, all discussions turn toward seeing if you're capable to compete for your conference championship. And so we'll go back to work. It's a little bit different week for us. We begin school Wednesday, and in some ways I'm looking forward to that, so we get them out of our building a little bit. It seems like you bump into our guys every time you turn around, but on the other hand, there's a little bit of an adjustment based on new responsibilities and so forth. So we've got a long way to go, but I thought our kids really stepped up and took a step toward that decision that they'd like to be a good team.
What did you think of Terrell today?
I thought Terrell made a couple key plays. You know, when you step up and run, when things are covered and they drop everybody, that's frustrating for a defense. When they rush a couple extra people and you hit some seams, you hit some home runs, that frustrates defenses. From a run game check standpoint, I think he made very good decisions in what we were trying to do. They were a hard team to read. They were blitzing nearly every down from all over the place. And our offensive staff did a good job, especially with some of the red zone throws early, where first couple times we hit in the red zone based upon what our guys had scouted them doing. They hit a couple seam, stick post type things, and Terrell was all over what he was looking at. So I thought he did some real good things. He'll tell you, just like he told us, that he knows he has to eliminate turnovers. We had a couple interceptions. So he's a perfectionist. He's never pleased totally with his performance. But I think he took a step.
How about Adams and Schubert? You shuffled that line a good bit. They played a lot of.
Yeah, we did. We played a lot of guys, a lot of places. We were offsides a couple times, which you can't. I think maybe 3 times. And you're not going to get away with that if you want to win your conference. So I think there were some things they did well. Ask Coach Bowles and Coach Pete a little bit about that. But the big thing is they got in there and they had to handle a lot of junk. I mean, there are more different blitzes that Toledo brings, and they had to experience that. And so I think that will prove to be a valuable experience.
After being disappointed about the offense last game, are you happy with the performance obviously today?
Coach Tressel's president, Donald Stevens.
Well, we were happy with some things we did on offense a week ago, and not happy with others. And every game, situations and plays are independent of one another. And there were a lot of plays where I thought we did some things today, but there were some things that we've got to get much, much better at. So, I guess we don't have an overall feeling about anything. We try to grade every single guy, every single thing, every single situation. But I thought we made a little, adjustment and improvement. But just like Toledo had gained 500 and some yards per game, well, they were playing Ohio State's defense, and that's tougher. So, I'm sorry, you on a deadline or? Okay. That's all right.
I'm from Toledo, and I know you completely shut us out, but what did you like about the Rockets?
Oh, I love their quarterback to start with. Their quarterback is a tough kid. He had lots of pressure, but he wasn't going to back down. He was still in there, at the end of the ball game. And he stood in, let the ball go, and got, smacked quite a few times. And the receiving corps is a solid bunch. And defensively, they just keep coming. They bothered us inside a little bit with their movement and penetration, and they're going to be a good football team. But this is only their 3rd game together within their system and all those things. But their goal is going to be the MAC champions. They've got another week to get better, to try to prepare for that. But I like a lot about it. They play with a lot of fire. They're very well schooled on film, and you know, Tim's going to do a great job.
Jim, speaking with the Toledo theme, Dane Sanzenbacher,
Mm-hmm.
had a career day today, so to speak.
Yeah, he really did. I saw on the stats, 5 catches for 126, and you know, I said something to him on the way out of the locker room. I said, "Man, you kind of took it to your hometown guys a little bit." And he said, "Well, I knew if I didn't do well, I couldn't go home, but now I'm wondering if maybe I can't go home now because they did so well." But he's a great kid, and you know, he's a competitive guy, and he was really. I thought the staff did a good job of designing some things that, based upon some of the scenes when they were bringing extra people on the blitz, and if we were going to be able to hold them out and stand in there, we were going to be able to have some opportunities, and some of those things came true, and Dane was a big part of it.
What's a game like this do for Russ confidence after last week? To be able to go out there and hit a couple of home runs, to rush for over 100 yards, and kind of be the all-around guy you guys recruiting?
Well, I think he had a lot more fun, you know, but you know, when you succeed and, you know, gain yards and complete and score points, it's a lot more fun playing offense. You know, it's tough. Just ask the Toledo guys. You know, the last 2 weeks they've scored lots of points and, you know, gained lots of yards, and that was a lot more fun than today. But you know, you grow from all of it. You know, and hopefully he'll grow from, you know, games 1, 2, and 3, and understand that when you get into league play, you know, the stakes are higher, and you know, I'm sure there'll be a confidence boost. But on the other hand, you know, you still have to execute and study the film and find out what they're going to do to us and react to the situations. And but it was good to have a day like this.
Jim, the defensive pressure today, can you talk about how you were able to put it on Opel? You only had 2 sacks, but probably 10, 12 pressures that really affected the game.
You know, I probably can't tell you one bit about it. You'd have to ask Jim Haycock and Luke Fickle. You know, all I know is we got guys up front, you know, that can play, and we roll them in, we keep them fresh, and we've got guys in the back end, you know, that can cover. And all of a sudden, when you look out there as a quarterback and there's no one open, that makes the pressure look even, you know, worse. So our guys run. You know, they really run, and our defensive staff does a good job designing things, and I'm not sure they'll tell you how they do it, but you can ask them post game. But we've got a good defense. We've got to keep supporting.
Coach, can you